guys, in my previous video I have explained the introduction of the tibia, site determination and the anatomical position of the tibia. In my today's video I am going to explain you the general features of the tibia. So the tibia has a upper end. So this is the upper end, lower end and a intervening shaft. So now we'll see the upper end of the tibia. So the upper end of the tibia is markedly expanded. So it is expanded side to side and it forms two condyles. So there are four basic parts of the upper end. So they are which are the medial condyle. So this is a medial condyle, lateral condyle, intercondylar area and the tuberosity. So the medial condyle is larger than the lateral condyle. So this is a medial condyle. So as you can see, this is larger than the lateral epicondyle. This is a lateral and this is a medial. So as you can see, this is a larger than this epicondyle. Then it has its superior surface articulates with the medial condyle of the femur. So this is the superior surface of the medial epicondyle and this is the superior surface of the lateral epicondyle. So these two surfaces articulates with the condyles of the femur. So the superior surface of the medial epicondyle articulates with the medial epicondyle of the femur. And the articular surface of this bone is a oval shape. So as you can see, this is a nearly oval shape and its long axis is anterior posterior axis. So if it is an oval shape, then its long axis is its anterior posterior axis. Now we'll see the lateral epicondyle of the tibia. So the lateral condyle overhangs the shaft more than the medial condyle and the superior surface of the condyle articulates with the lateral condyle of the femur. So this is a lateral condyle and it articulates with the lateral condyle of the femur. Then the superior surface, articular surface of the lateral condyle is nearly circular and on the anterior aspect of the condyle bears a flattened impression. So this is the anterior aspect of the lateral condyle. It bears a flattened impression. It is called as a Gerdes tubercle. Then the posterior inferior aspect of the lateral condyle articulates with the fibula. So this is the posterior inferior aspect of the lateral condyle of the tibia and it articulates with the fibula. So this is the intercondylar area. The intercondylar area is a roughened area on the superior surface between the articular surface of the two condyles. So this is the two condyles and in between this superior surface of these two condyles there is an intercondylar area. This is a roughened area and the area is narrowest in its middle part. So as you can see, this area is narrowest in its middle part. Then the tuberosity of the tibia. So this is the tuberosity of the tibia. So the tuberosity of the tibia is a prominence located on the anterior aspect of the upper end. So this is the anterior aspect of the upper end and on the anterior aspect of the upper end there is a tuberosity of the tibia. Though it forms the anterior limit of the intercondylar area. So this is a intercondylar area and the tuberosity of the tibia forms the anterior limit of the intercondylar area. Then we'll see the shaft of the tibia. So this is a shaft. So this is a shaft of the tibia. The shaft of the tibia is a prismoid shape. So as you can see, this is a shaft of the tibia, and if we take the if we see the shape of the tibia, then it is a shape of the shaft of the tibia. So it is a prismoid shape. It has three borders. Anterior border. So this is a anterior border of the tibia. Then the medial and interosseous border. So this is a medial border medial border of the shaft of the tibia, and this is the interosseous border of the shaft of the tibia. Now we'll see the one by one. The anterior border is a sharp. So this is the anterior border. As you can see, it is a sharp, and it is a S shaped. So as you can see, it is a curved, slightly curved. So this is a S shaped. It is a convex laterally and laterally in the lower part, and convex medially in the upper part. So it is a convex medially in the upper part and convex laterally in the lower part. So this is the S shaped. Then the tibial tuberosity above, it extends from the tibial tuberosity above to the anterior border of the medial malleolus below the below, and it is a subcutaneous and forms the chain. So as you can see, the anterior border extends from the tibial tuberosity above to the anterior border of the medial malleolus. Then the medial border. So this is a medial border. The medial border extends from the medial condyle above. So this is a medial condyle above. So as you can see, this is a medial condyle. So the medial border extends from the medial condyle above to the posterior border of the medial malleolus. So it extends from the till the posterior. So this is the posterior border of the medial malleolus. So the medial border is a rounded. So as you can see, it is a rounded. Then the interosseous border or the lateral border. So this is the interosseous or the lateral border of the tibia. The interosseous or lateral border extends from the lateral condyle. So this is a lateral condyle. As you can see, this is a lateral condyle, and the interosseous border extends from the lateral condyle little below and in the front of the fibular facet at the anterior border of the fibular notch. So thus there are three surfaces of the tibia. So that surfaces are lateral surface, medial surface, and the posterior surface. So this is a posterior surface, this is a medial surface, and this is a lateral surface. So the lateral surface lies between the anterior and the interosseous border. So this is the anterior border and this is the interosseous border. So the lateral surface lies between the anterior border and the interosseous border. Then the medial surface lies between the anterior border and the medial border. So this is a medial surface and it lies between the anterior and the medial border. Then the posterior surface. The posterior surface lies in between the medial border and the interosseous border. So it is the posterior border is the widest in the upper part. So this is the widest in the upper part. This part is crossed obliquely by a rough ridge. So as you can see, this is a rough ridge. So the rough ridge called as the soleal line. So this is the soleal line. Then we'll see the lower end of the tibia. The lower end of the tibia is a slightly expanded. So this is slightly expanded. It has 5 surfaces. Medially it is a prolonged. So this is a medially, as you can see, it is a prolonged downwards to form the medial malleolus. The anterior larger surface of the lower end has an upper smooth part. So this is a anterior surface of the lower end of the tibia. So it is a smooth upper part, and at the lower end it has a rough part and groove. So the medial surface is a subcutaneous. So this is the medial surface of the lower end, and it is a subcutaneous and it's continuous with the medial surface of the medial malleolus. Then the lateral surface. So this is the lateral surface of the lower end and presents a triangular fibular notch which the lower end of the fibula articulates to form the inferior tibiofibular joint. Then the inferior surface. So this is the inferior surface of the lower end and it is articular. It articulates with the superior trochlear surface of the talus and takes part in forming ankle joint. Then the medially articular surface extends to the medial malleolus. Then the posterior surface is smaller than the, so this is the posterior surface and it is smaller than the anterior surface. So here we have completed the general features of the tibia. Thank you.